standing right now inside a tunnel. And I'd like to share with you, inside this tunnel, a very insightful idea from the Chovos Levavos, who talks about living underground inside a tunnel. The Chovos Levavos brings a story of somebody who was born inside a tunnel underground, and he knew nothing besides the deep, dark, dungeony duskness of being underground. And he thought, this is the darkness, black, quiet. This was his whole life. And this is very much the experience of somebody who doesn't open his eyes and appreciate what's going on around the world. My Rebbe, Rav Ari Finkel Zatzal, Rashiva of the Mir, once told me, he said, if you don't say Birkas HaTorah, Birkas HaShachar properly, including Birkas HaTorah, but Pokeach Ivrim, Malbish Arumim, Matir Asurim, if you don't say those brachas properly, you don't think, I have clothing, I could stand up, I could walk, I could see. Yeah. All of these experiences are undermined, are shadowed, if you don't think about that. And we might as well just be living in this tunnel in the darkness. Now, unfortunately, to our great stress, there are many Jews right now who are living in a tunnel. Now, speaking about the prisoners who were taken in Gaza, and if we really, really want to daven for them, if we really, really want to feel for what they're going through, we have to think of what it must be like. I'm standing in a tunnel now in Yerushalayim. It happens to be by the coastal, in the coastal tunnels. But there are tunnels all over Gaza, underneath Gaza. And the millions, if not billions of dollars of world aid, which was given to Gaza, to Palestinians, has been used to make these tunnels. And in these tunnels are most likely situated the hostages. And if you really want to daven for them properly, and Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Auerbach once told me, he said, you can't just put anybody in your tefillas. He told me about Rifleinu. You can't just take a long list of names. When I get on Purim, I daven for people. People send me long lists of names. You can't do that in Shemona Esrei. If you're going to daven for someone, you have to feel for them. You have to feel what they're going through. You have to be connected with them. If you really want to daven properly for the hostages in Gaza, you have to feel what it must be like to live 24/7 in such a tunnel and in the darkness with all of the distress that they're going through. So I'm asking you today on two counts to think about life in a tunnel. The first one is appreciate all the gifts that we have, living in the outside world, in the light, with all the gifts that we have. When you say Birkas HaShachar in the morning, think about that. That's number one. Number two, think about what it means to live in a tunnel. Think about what these hostages are going through. Think about what their families are going through. Can you imagine if your own child, if your own parents was there in Gaza, undergoing those experiences? Imagine what it'd be like. And when you daven for them like your child, daven like your parents, daven like your brother and sister, and be connected with them. This is what Hashem is waiting for to bring the Beis HaMikdash. And in my humble opinion, if I could say so, I believe this is why this is going on. Hashem is testing us. How much do we feel for other Jews? How much do we feel family? I'm going to conclude with a story that happened to me this morning. Somebody came up to me at the coastal. I smiled at him. He said, do I know you? You smiled at me. I said, no, but you're my brother. Of course I'm going to smile at you. So no, it's better to give the white of your teeth than to give people milk. And he was so happy. He gave me a hug. He said, we're all brothers. We're all together on Har Sinai. This is what Hashem was waiting for. Hashem was waiting for us to feel the pain of the hostages, of the families, of all the soldiers who have died. Right? Every time we hear a soldier been killed on the radio, we should feel mourning. We should feel avela. We should feel the pain of the families that they're going through. And this is really what Hashem wants from us right now. So let's all try to imagine what it must be like in the tunnel, to use that to improve our Birkas HaShachar, to use that to improve our tefillas, to use that to care more about the Jews who are suffering. And without Hashem and the schools of that, we will be all standing here in the Beis HaMikdash, not underground, but inside Beis Hamikdash, Amen, came through outside.